company, and we've been doing that for about 37 years now, so we sort of know what we're doing. We've got premises in London, up in Peterborough, and over in Las Vegas as well, so guess which one I prefer to work from. Now, what I want to show you today is a bit of a selection of the pyrotechnics that we actually have available. Now, we do 3 different types. We have what we call our Pyro Flash, which is a simple plug-and-play system. So that gives you a standard flash pod, so you can install that into any theatre, any nightclub, anywhere you want to, fire it all off, and the next night all you've got to do is come along, plug in your new set of pyro, and then you're off again. So really nice and simple. Another type that we do is called Pro Stage 2. Now that's a wired effect, so we say it's a bit more for the professional pyrotechnician, but in theory it's just we do a lot more in that range, and it's just a little bit more twiddly, but there's a lot more available in there. I mean, if you want to have a look at the pyro after it's fired, then please feel free to stick by the pool or myself on the stand over there, we'd be more than happy to help you. Now at Lemaitre, not only do we do sales of pyrotechnics and special effects, we also have an events department. So if you want us to come and put the show on for you, we can do that for you. If you just want to hire the equipment from us, then we can hire it to you as well. So we're quite adverse with everything that we do. So without further ado, I think we're probably best to crack on and show you some of these wonderful pyrotechnics I keep telling you about. So we're going to start off with, I'll give you a bit of an idea of where they're going to be firing from. Now, first off, we're going to start with what we call the theatrical flash. Now, this is one of our Panto favourites. We've been doing these for years and years and years, I'd say 37 years, so we sort of know what we're doing with them. But what we're going to start with is theatrical flash. Now, these come in a small, medium and large, and we also do them with a loud report and an extra loud report. Now, we also do them with colours. The flashes at the base of the unit will be coloured, but the smoke will also always be white. We can give you other coloured smokes, but that's in a different format. If you are interested in the coloured smokes, then let us know, and then we can tell you exactly how to gauge those. So what we're going to show you first off are the theatrical flash. They're on stage left and stage right. They give a nice simple effect, but very, very effective. As I say, it's designed for something really that's trying to attract your attention from one point of the stage to the other. Okay. Next one, what we're going to show you is, although it's against all that sound that's going on out there, isn't going to sound particularly loud, is a loud report. So same effect, this one's in centre stage. This is a theatrical flash loud report. Wow, see that ring there? That was quite cool. Could do that again if we tried. Okay, so that's a theatrical flash with a loud report. Okay, so in an area that isn't quite as noisy as this, that's quite loud, alright? But I appreciate I'm being outdone today on the sound side of things. Right, what we're going to show you next are our silver stars. Again, these come in small, medium and large, and we do them again with colours as well. Now what you need to bear in mind when you're using the silver star effect is the fact that they do have a hot fallout to them, okay? So not only do you need to be aware of what's around it, you also need to be aware of what's underneath it. So when you see these fire off, you'll see what I'm talking about. They do have what we class as a hot fallout. Okay, these are going to be stage left and stage right. There you go, so you can see a bit of fallout to those. Now, we often get asked about safety distances at the Lemaitre. Now, we can't give you the safety distance on any product. We can help you with your risk assessments, but they need to be done by yourselves on site, by the person that's actually firing that show. Okay, we can tell you by way of an MSDS how high it's going to go, how wide it's going to go, if there's any noise to it, what the decibel rating is going to be, but we can't risk assess it for you. Now, one of the reasons we can't do that is because we've fallen foul of this many, many years ago, whereby some people have said to us that they've got a safety distance of, say, 20 foot. But what they failed to tell us is that they've got brakes that are hanging 5 foot of that. So straight away it's cutting the safety distance down. Another one of the favourites is the fact that one day I can be standing here on stage on a skin-tight suit, so a safety distance of, say, 2 metres will be fine. But the next day that actual product will be used with somebody that's in a big fancy ball gown or wedding dress or whatever. So again, straight away those safety distances have been reduced. These are all things that you do need to take into consideration when you're actually risk assessing any product. Right, what we're going to show you next are our jets. Okay, again, what we're showing you at the minute are all of our pyro flash effects. Alright, so everything is the simple plug and play system. Now, a silver jet is a shot of silver sparks. Alright, anything that's got any duration to it is what we class as a jerk. Right, first off, we're going to show you our pyro flash silver jet. Now, these are in all positions, so stage left, stage right, centre stage. So this is a silver jet. and we also do those in a reduced height as well. Okay, so they come in a 20 foot, which is what you just saw, or a 10 to 12 foot version as well. Next, we're going to show you what we call a mini jerk. Now, these come in different variations. We do them in taller effects, we do reduced height, and these are all called mini jerks. Now, we have a real problem with trying to describe these to people as to what the difference is between these three effects. So, any help with this on the phone, I would be greatly appreciative of. Now, what we're going to start off with is the standard pyro flash mini jerk, which is going to be in front of me here. This lasts 7 seconds. We do a shorter version and a longer version as well, but this is just your standard. That's a pyro flash mini jerk. Then we're going to go stage left and we're going to have a pyro mini jerk and shimmer. And then stage right, we've got the mini jerk splitter. So all very, very similar effects, but there is something different to all of them. But as I say, trying to describe to somebody on the phone what the difference is between those is very, very difficult. So it's all about seeing the pyrotechnics right up in front of us, so we can get the feel of it, the heat of it, the smell of it, and everything else. Right. Everything we've just shown you just so far has been part of our pyro flash range. So what we want to show you now is part of our Pro Stage 2 range. Now, as I said to you, the Pro Stage 2 range is much more product available in it. With the jerks, we do anything from a quarter second right the way up to 25 seconds in duration, and height-wise, we do anything from a 6 foot right the way up to 50 foot in height. Okay, so we've got some big bad boys going on there. So height with our Pro Stage 2 stage jerks, we call them, for instance, a half by 20. What the first number denotes is the duration in seconds, the second number is the height in feet. So what we're going to start off with is a half by 20. Now these are at 5 positions all across the front of the stage here. Okay, so very, very quick, but very, very effective, just to give you the wow factor to any performance. So, what we got next are 15 by 20, so it's 15 seconds, 20 foot stage jerks. Now, these are all on an array plate, as you can see here in the middle of the stage here. So, we've got 5 all going off at one time, so they're all wired in series. So, we've got 1 that points upwards, 2 going in either direction there. So, what you need to look at with these is how much of the stage area it will actually cover. So, there's only 5 effects, it will give you a good even coverage. So, this is a 15 second by 20 foot stage jerk. Good night tonight, Matthew, I'm going to leave. So, one of the things that people tend to say to us is that they like all the effects that we do, but we realise that not everybody has got a stage that's as big as wonderful to colour, something like that. So we went back to the drawing board and worked out what we could do to eliminate all the fallout and the close proximity and everything else that's required. So we brought out what we call an ice jerk. Okay, so it's a nice tight jerk. We've got colours to them, so there's a coloured tongue at the base of the unit. It's only about a foot high, and these come in all different colours. They're very, very vibrant colours, but it just gives a bit of colour to add to your performance. Okay, so what we've got to start off with is a 20-second by 8-foot ice jerk in pink. Now, have a look at these and just have a look at how close we can actually get, or I can get to this, because it's a lot tighter. So that gives you a lot more availability on your stage area, so it's a lot more durable. You can see the pink coloured tongue there, and so we do those in all different colours. And what we've got next coming up is a blue. So same effect, 20-second by 8-foot ice jerk in blue. And we do these in a colour change as well. So as I say, it's only about a foot high, but it definitely does. If you're looking at this being actually on the stage, it just gives you a bit more of a coloured punch to it. And as I say, you can get really close to these. Okay, so it's just something else that you can use on stage area that might not be as big as those that we tend to work on a lot of the time. Now, one of the questions that we get asked quite often is, can we use our jerks upside down? And the answer is a resounding no. You can't, please don't do it. The reason being, the chemical composition composition that pyrotechnics have manufactured with are actually designed in a way that they're designed to be built that burn one way. So if you put them upside down, then what happens is chances are that with any duration to them, they could actually blow up. So if you are actually looking for an upside down stage jet, then we can offer you an effect that does just that. It's called a waterfall or a cascade. Okay, so there's no need to take any risks. So you're right. I'm going to come on the plus there, and what we're going to show you now are some 20-second by 20-foot stable cascades, alright? So they are. These are actually also available in a 6-second by 8-foot, 10-second by 8-foot, 15-second by 15-foot, and as you can see there now, the 20-second by 20-foot steel cascades. Okay, I feel like I'm on the X Factor now. Right, another new product that we've just recently launched is called Falling Stars. Now, they're actually a multi-shot product. So you have one igniter, it's in a tiny little plate, you can probably see two of them up there. So once your ignition goes off, every second after that point you're going to get another effect. So what we've got up there now are glitter drop falling stars. So we're going to fire one off, and what happens is after every second then you're going to get another one falling down. They're a lot cheaper to do because obviously you're only paying for one igniter as opposed to 10. So what we're going to show you next, there's two sets up there of our glitter drop falling star multi-shots. These again come in different durations and different colours and different styles, but very, very new, all CE approved now as well. Great, so we're very proud of that new product actually, we've literally just launched it. So what we're going to show you next are some comets. Now we do two different types of comets, we do various different heights and different colours. We do one which is called a tracer comet, which is extremely quick. Very blink and you'll miss this one, but we've got the laser comets, which has got a little bit more duration to them. Not much, but a little bit more. So we've got a red, an amber and a green with tau. We've got a 25-foot version, but we do anything up to a 60 version in these. So they're angled to come centre stage. Okay, so that was the green comets. So they look great if you're angling them. Sorry about the feedback there. They look great if you're angling them though. So again, we do those in various different colours and various different heights. Right, what we're going to show you next are our mines. Now we have two red and one white here. We've invested a lot of money in our mines. We've just been and bought a huge new tablet press up in our factory in Peterborough, and this allows us to make more mines to begin with, and better mines as well, because each one of these are manufactured in exactly the same way, so all of the stars extinguish at exactly the same time, and the colours are really nice and vibrant. Now again, we can mix the colours on these effects, so if you've got a red, white and blue theme going on, then we can give you a red, white and blue mine. But what we've got here are two red and one white, all centre stage. And as I say, we do those in all different colours and heights and everything else. Right, then we've got stage left, we've got a 20-foot mine in shimmer. And then stage right, we've got a 20-foot mine in amber. Perfect. Right, what we're going to move on to next is our flame products. Now, we've been manufacturing these for a long time. We've recently just changed over the name for them. They used to be called small, medium and large, and now we do them in a chemical composition, how much powder is in them. So we do a 55 gram, 70 gram, 100 gram and a 200 gram. That literally is how much powder is in each of the effects. So we're going to start off with what we call a natural flame projector in 200 gram. Again, what you need to be very, very cautious of when you're using these products is not only what's around them, but what's above them. They're extremely hot, so you're going to feel this. So you need to take that into consideration as to what's actually above them. So we've got stage left and stage right, we've got the 200 gram flames. And then we've just launched another new brand, which is called the Intense Flame. So very, very similar, but with colours, okay? So the colours are very intense. We've got a green, red, blue, purple, pink, you name it, we can do it for you, okay? So these are called Intense String. They're stage left and stage right. As I say, we do them in a large and a medium. The ones that you can see now, they go around about 10 to 12 foot and will last anything from 2 to 4 seconds, okay? So stage left, and stage right, we've got the Intense Green flames. Now they are part of our VS range, VS meaning virtually smokeless, okay? So when they go off, there will be a smoke that's released, but you'll see that it dissipates really, really quickly. So again, that alleviates any problems with smoke issues that you're going to have in your venue. Right, moving back up to the truss, we've been doing an effect called a Chinese confetti airburst, which is an extremely popular product that we do. So it's a small bag, basically. I don't know if you can see it there hanging. What it happens is, when you let it off, you'll get a 15-foot spray of confetti. It's perfect because it's designed to be used over the audience. We all love to be showered in confetti and streamers and everything else, so it's perfect. And so is performances and everything else. Now we do a quiet version, which is fantastic for your first dances at weddings, or we do a louder version, which is great for deafening these people out that are behind me here. So we do various different types. Now, the Chinese confetti airburst is just a paper. So what we were being asked for is a glitter effect. So it's really nice as it comes down, it captures all the lights and everything else. So it really looks nice. But we didn't want to launch it until we were 100% sure that it was the effect that we were going for. But now we're ready for it. There is a big bang to these, or quite a big bang anyway. And this one is a glitter burst in silver. That's quite a big bang. Okay. Right, okay. So again, we do those in all different colours, okay? Now, going back down onto the ground here, in the two variable angle pods here, we've got our streamer cartridges. Now, you can have that in a Chinese confetti or a glitter cartridge, which is more directional than what you just saw there. But what we've got to show you here now are the metallic streamers in gold. Now, we do these in all different colours. We do them in paper as well, but we can have block colours or mixed colours again as well. Now, again, there's a bang, not quite as much of a bang as those, and these are actually perfect because as nice as the glitter and the Chinese confetti is and everything else, it's a bit messy. It's got all the classes of mess effect. Can't be why, but it is anyway. But with the streamers and everything else, we tend to find that they're so easy to pick up, so it's a bit of a get out for us with the cleaning people as well. But what we're going to show you here, stage left and stage right, are the large streamer cartridges in gold. Oh, very nice.
It popped out.
Perfect. Right, my pool has a clear up. Love doing that. What we're going to move on to next are our Jerv flame projectors. Now, these come in all different colours, and basically what we've done is we've mixed together a few of the effects that we've just shown you. You can imagine what fun our chemists have up in our factory, can't you? Playing with all these pyrotechnics all day long and seeing what they come up with. And a couple of times they get it right. There's many times that they don't, but some of the time they get it right, and I think one of the times is now, which with this new Jerv flame projector. As I say, they go 12 to 15 foot, they come in all different colours, and again, these are great for bringing something new to your performance. Now, we've got these in all positions, so stage left, stage right, and centre stage. Really nice colours on those as well. And lastly, for the pyrotechnics, after this one, we are going to move on to the flames at the front, which is going to warm you people up. No, we're actually going to go to the low fog, going to cool you down a bit, and then we're going to heat you right back up again. So this one we're going to show you in last off with the pyrotechnic effects are our volcano mines. Okay, again, these are available in all different colours. We do them in small, which comes in 8 to 10 feet, and we also do the large, which is a 15 to 18 foot. These are not like they're a very quick duration effect. They've got like a whoosh to them. So have a look at these. So these are stage left and stage right, volcano mine, large blue. Really, really nice. We really, really like those. Really, really cool. Okay, so that's the pyrotechnics. Now, what we said to you earlier, a few people have asked us if we could show you our low fog systems, okay? Now, what we've got over here is what we call a freeze fog system. So we've got a very high-powered smoke machine, which you can use the G300, which we're using, or you can use our G-Force 2s or our G-Force 3s with a low fog system, okay, low smoke fluid. Now, put that up behind what we call a freeze fog, and you have CO2 coming through. So what happens is with the CO2, this actually chills the freeze fog, so it makes it nice and cool for the smoke to go through it. What happens then is you get a nice low fog that actually stays low. So rather than it reaching an ambient temperature and then starting to rise, what happens is it stays low, great on the feet as well by the way, stays low, it doesn't start rising, so you've got a really smoky mess in your room. That's not what we're looking for. What we're looking for is something that stays low down here, perfect for the first dances, perfect for any stage performance. But as you can see, this is working its way out to you guys quite quickly. But as I say, it has to be, we have the freeze fog, that actually as your mixing chamber. Okay, so you have liquid dipped high pressure or low pressure CO2 that goes through to that freeze bomb, and then once you put our low fault system behind it or a low fault fluid behind it, then you get that nice low system, the low fault that actually stays low. Right, we've cooled you down, now we're going to heat you back up again. So what we're going to show you next are our salamanders. Okay, so these are our flame effects. Now, with the salamanders, they're a self-contained unit, so they have canisters. Okay, we do them in different colours, red, natural and green. And these eliminate the needs for cylinders, so for the hosing, piping and everything else. They're self-contained units, controllable via DMX. You've got one for the hot surface igniter and one for actually firing the unit. That's in the salamanders. Salamander Quad Pros, they use up 5 channels of DMX, 4 channels for each of the canisters themselves and one for firing. Okay, so these little babies go about 10 to 12 foot, sorry. So we've got green, natural and red. You'll get about 35 bursts out of each of those canisters. And then we've got what we call the Salamander Quad Pro, or the eyebrow blower. And this is the one in the middle here now. Told you. Okay, we warmed you up enough now. Perfect. Right, well, I hope that gave you a bit of an insight into what Le Maitre is all about. If you do have any questions, please feel free to come see us on J55 right opposite there. We're around today, around for tomorrow. We hope you enjoy the rest of BPM Pro, and thank you all very much for stopping by.